My job never ends, people. My job never ends. See, this is a video. Well, maybe you can wait till tomorrow morning. No, because Kavanaugh is getting confirmed tomorrow. We hope. Zero Hedge covering a nice story here. She will not make a good witness, end quote. Those are in quotes. Judicial Committee has Blasey, Christine Ford's, whatever, scrubbed yearbook. Because this yearbook went missing. Where's her yearbook? It got scrubbed off the internet all of a sudden. Why would that happen? Because they don't want people seeing it. So we've been hearing about Kavanaugh's yearbook with utter nonsense. You're going to love this. While Democrats are planning to try and use Brett Kavanaugh's high school yearbook to suggest that he was a drunken sex fiend, congressional GOP have reportedly obtained a copy of Christine Ford's yearbook, which has been mysteriously scrubbed from the internet prior to her coming forward with the sexual assault allegations against the Supreme Court nominee. Unfortunately for Ford, this may not bode well for her credibility. Paul Sperry of Real Clear Investigations reports that a GOP committee staffer said, quote, "We have her yearbooks. She will not make a good witness," end quote. The source who spoke on the condition of anonymity noted that the annual class books feature a photo of an underage Ford attending at least one party alongside a caption boasting of girls passing out from binge drinking. Her yearbooks also openly reference sexually promiscuous behavior by the girls, including targeting boys at Kavanaugh's alma mater, Georgetown Prep, an all-boys school in the affluent Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C. Ford attended neighboring Holton Arms School, an all-girls academy. That said, while Ford's yearbook could be an exhibit at the hearing, it could be risky for congressional GOP to use it against her. Congressional sources told Sperry that's a minefield, especially given the #MeToo movement. Evidence reportedly exists that Ford, a popular cheerleader at the time, was immersed in an alcohol-fueled party culture and no stranger to keg parties in the D.C. area or the bar scene along the Maryland and Delaware coast. Ford was known as a party girl on the Delaware shore during summer breaks, another source with direct knowledge of the congressional investigation said. Classmates said the former cheerleader, who was known as Chrissy, was part of the underage drinking tradition that was no secret among Maryland prep schools in the early 1980s, when the drinking age was 18 years old. Her own school yearbooks, in which parents took out paid ads, celebrated boys and beer and pictured beer bottles and beer cans and scenes of boys and girls drinking at parties. One published a photo of Ford and other girls at a Halloween party alongside a caption boasting of, quote, passing out after playing quarters and other binge drinking games. Her father, Ralph Blasey, was president of the local country club. One section, while the parents were out, what it was called, talked about partying with boys at area house parties where kids got so drunk they ruined their parents' heirloom Persian rugs with vomit. The 10th grade taught us how to party, the girls bragged in another section, and loss of consciousness is often an integral part of the party scene. A caption on another page talked about girls having their choice of men at the neighboring boys' schools, including Georgetown Prep. Quote, no longer confining ourselves to the walls of Landon and Prep, we plunged into the waters of St. John and Gonzaga with much success, end quote. In one case, Ford was involved in a romantic triangle at Dewey Beach, resulting in two men getting into a fist fight over her. Quote, she was the wholesome Catholic girl they're trying to portray her, or excuse me, let's try that again. She's not the wholesome Catholic girl they're trying to portray her as, said one source, who added that Blasey Ford, then just Blasey, was known by a sexually derogatory nickname playing off her maiden name, which suggests she was promiscuous. Ford and her attorney and her advisor, Ricky Seidman, a former, wait for it, Clinton and Obama White House official and Democratic operative who advised Anita Hill during the Clarence Thomas hearings, have argued that Kavanaugh and other boys from Georgetown Prep were in fact aggressively targeting Ford and other girls from her school while getting them drunk. Ford has specifically accused Kavanaugh of groping her in a room while Kavanaugh's friend watched. And he goes on to say, she says she has suffered post-traumatic stress disorder from the alleged attack, which says sees involved an inebriated Kavanaugh forcefully groping her on a bed over her clothes while clapping his hand over her mouth to keep her from screaming for help. She added that she has had to seek therapy and other medical treatment to deal with panic attacks and anxiety from the incident, which she did not report to authorities. That said, 2 men have independently told the Judiciary Committee that Ford may be misrepresenting events and that they, in fact, groped her. Unfortunately, Ford cannot provide much detail surrounding her claim, thanks to a hazy memory, including the location of the house, the date of the party, or how she got there, matter of fact, or how she left. I'll add that one because that's true too. She does, interestingly, remember only consuming 1 beer at the event, and that she didn't tell anyone about the alleged assault at the time, including her close girlfriend, who she says was at the party. Her friend, however, and everyone else Ford says was at the party, have denied any recollection of it. Sperry notes that neither Ford's parents nor her 2 siblings have come out in support of Ford, and they did not sign a family letter of support circulated by her husband. Interesting. Jay Martin, a local who went to school in the area at the time, said that Holton Arms girls in the 1980s were hardly angels. Quote, I am her age, he said of Ford. I went to high school next to Prep and knew lots of Holton Arms girls. This is pure false memory syndrome. One of my best women friends had Kavanaugh ask her out, and she said he was one of the nice ones. His mom was a judge. I mean, seriously? So, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There is a photo. I've seen it numerous times. I have it in my email. I'm not going to post it. You know, YouTube, copyright strike, posting. Where this woman is laid out at a picnic table, looked like maybe at a park or somewhere. There are beer bottles, booze bottles, you name it, all around her on the floor, knocked over on the actual picnic table, and she is sprawled out on the top of the table, facing like this, butt up in the air, completely naked. And I thought to myself, why don't these people in the GOP or whatever, it's your turn to question her? Take the picture and say, is that you? Is that you on this little park bench? And see what she has to say. Why are they not doing that? If I've seen it and I've had it emailed to me 50 times, these people don't have a copy? What the hell's going on here? Take care.